Hey guys, how's it going? We got about 20 seconds. And I'm gonna... Jeff, you look really good there for some reason.
Thank you. I want to say hello to my good friend Travis, who's probably in the parking lot of Wallace Heating and Air watching right now.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
I like that. Shout out time. I love it.
Let's get back to your wake-up call with Phil
I love
Quinn.
the shirt.
Brought to you by Phillips Drugs.
You like
on
that?
Richmond's
Yeah.
Classic Hits. 101.
Hey guys, how's it going? All right, we're a little early this morning. It is 6:43 here on the Wake Up Call. Thanks for being a part of our show. Of course, we're on Facebook Live this morning as well. That's on my page. If we don't curse, then there's a chance I'll send it over to 1017 The Points page. I like having the precursor, because what happens before the microphone turns on? Have you ever thought about that, Jeff? I have a tendency to say a curse word every now and then, but I never when the mic's on. You know, I've never stumbled in that way. Knock on wood, right? But it's just something. There's just something in the brain that goes, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But you've been a broadcaster for, I don't know, like 25 years or something, right?
Yeah.
And it never happened.
Never happened.
Yeah,
See if
so-
you can do this. You ready for this tongue twister?
No, please no.
I slit a sheet I slit, and on a slitted sheet I sit. I dare you to try that one.
No. No. Not going to do it. Okay, so I'm no longer a blithering idiot. I felt bad because I could just, at any moment in time, I could just start tearing up. Not necessarily like bawling. There's a difference between guys and girls crying. Okay, that, you know, I can well up, and I would consider myself a crying. That is a crying moment. It doesn't have to actually have tears rolling down my face or uncontrollable. And I think sometimes others would identify crying as like, you know, like really emotional. And so I said on Facebook, you know, whatever the over-under is, take the over. So I think I ended up crying or tearing up about 4 different times yesterday. But Saturday was like 9. I mean,
Wow.
I was off the hook.
Man.
Yeah, not good.
I'm not looking forward to
No.
that. But
No, you shouldn't.
yeah.
Had a little radio reunion
Yeah, it
on
was
Sunday,
awesome.
and that was good.
Yeah. So a lot of people we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah.
Lot of,
A lot of old voices that you would hear,
yeah.
which is great. It's good to do that, and I think you helped organize that, right? I mean, that was kind of something that you helped put together. So thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Sorry I couldn't make it. Can we do it again?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'll be there for that. Let's talk about some news because I have questions,
Okay.
but I'll let you get started.
All right. Our top story this morning, it didn't really start out this way, but when I looked at the numbers over the weekend, it really is. We talked a lot a year ago about hepatitis A, and
Yeah.
Wayne County led not only the state by a long shot, but was also in the top 10 in the country. That's really no longer the case, and it's not necessarily because Wayne County's cases have reduced. It's held steady at about 140, 145 for the last 6 months, but other counties in Indiana have really grown. Marion County now has more than twice the number of cases that Wayne County has. Delaware County, which is where Muncie is, has also seen a huge increase. They trail Wayne County now by only 10 cases. So whatever Wayne County has done to kind of curb the spread apparently has worked.
Good. Well, we certainly have been talking about it and making sure people went out and got their shot. So I got the first one, and I haven't gotten the second one yet. I should have gone to do that, but I got busy. Summer. What are you going to do?
That's right. New life for the old Burger King on Chester Boulevard, which has been vacant for quite some time and is starting to look like it. It's going to be a speedway station, and that's going to take about a little over a year to construct. They're going to actually completely demolish that building along with the Comcast building directly to its north.
Yeah.
It's going to be a pretty big operation. It's obviously going to put Speedway a lot closer to I-70, which is, I'm sure, what their primary motivation was.
Well, so I have questions.
Uh-huh.
I thought the land where the old Sunoco station was purchased by Speedway. So that would be the property adjacent to Bob Evans, where you take the back road by that Burger Time or whatever that was, or former rallies, and then you go around that patch of land to get to the entrance of Bob Evans. I thought that was owned by Speedway, and they were going to put a gas station there. But they're not going to do that twice. They're just going to save that land and sell that off, I would assume.
I would guess. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And
But the other thing is, too, since whatever jerk got drunk and ran into the hood of the Speedway on Chester Boulevard, and they've never put the hood back up, it wasn't the best Speedway in town. It was always kind of shabby, and now it's even worse because you can't like protect yourself from the elements there. They don't serve anything but 87 octane at that Speedway. It's a joke.
And it's always really expensive.
Yes, it's tough to get in, tough to get out. So the sooner we can get rid of ourselves of that building, the better.
It's coming.
The lady that works in there at this time of the hour, God, I hope she's listening. God, please, please. I want her to do. I think she's growling at me. And all I did was ask for the receipt on pump 3. That's all I need, so I can get on with my morning. But I'm there at 3 or 4 in the morning, and that's a tough gig, and I'm sure she has a tough job. But I just think I think she doesn't like me. It's true. That's the worst Speedway in town by a mile.
I don't doubt. Take your word for it.
You should.
All right. By now you know that the stabbing victim on I-70 10 days ago has died, and the murder charges have been filed against the person who admitted to stabbing him, actually. Do know a little bit more about these two guys revealed in the affidavit. They were team drivers. They'd been together for about 3 months. They were hauling produce from California to New York, but we still don't know exactly what led to the stabbing.
And there was like no drugs in the semi or anything. I kept thinking this was drug related.
Yeah.
But all the produce is on the up and up? There wasn't something hidden in the avocados or anything?
No word of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
A water rescue last night on the Whitewater River. This happened in Fayette County. This guy's launching his canoe on near Veterans Memorial Park between Connersville and Everton. Gets stuck in the mud. Gets stuck up to his chest, like up to his armpits in the mud. You talk about the freak out factor going high.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
man.
not good.
And then some other people tried to help him. They had some problems themselves, but they were all rescued. The original guy that got stuck was checked out by medics.
What was the sound when he got out of the mud? And I just did that on Facebook. People on Facebook are like, "What?" Where did his phone end up? Because if you're going to go down that quick, don't you start like pulling out your wallet and keys and throwing them on the... I mean, that's what you're doing, right?
Yeah. I don't know.
How deep is that Whitewater River right there?
I don't know.
You sink to your chest?
I don't know. In mud.
Yeah.
No.
Maybe he was short.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
That's what I got.
That's it?
That's it.
That's all the news you got?
Well, I could do more if you wanted, but...
Okay, so I want to talk about this, and now that we've got just a couple of minutes. Should employees be required to cover up their large tattoos? Now, you are an employer, but for the most part, the people that you have working for you are behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, do you have a policy about tattoos?
No, not really, and we have some that are pretty well inked up.
Yeah, and I like tattoos. I have some of my own. I think it's okay for an employer to go, and just so you know, we kind of have a policy that, you can't have a couple of tattoos, but we'd like you to cover up or wear long sleeves or not have any. I mean, you may have the best employee in the world that is the most knowledgeable and the best at whatever task you're hiring for. But if they have neck or face tattoos, I'm out.
Yeah.
I just can't. I mean, it's a personal thing, and I, as an employer, I have that right?
Yeah.
But I also think that if your employer has given you this warning and said, hey, can you kind of cover up the sleeves or whatever, the sleeve tattoos? And then you say yes, and you guys are working well together. And then the employee goes out and gets a neck tattoo the next day. You don't get to keep your job necessarily. I mean, that's not like a freedom of speech issue.
No.
Right?
Not at all.
Okay.
No.
I hope I hope that sounds reasonable to other people. But that's our question today, brought to you by Runnels Chiropractic. And I certainly believe that you can go out and screw up your job by doing or saying something, as well as breaking a policy. Just because you're a good employee, if that's the policy, you got to do it. You got to do it, or you don't get the job.
Yeah, absolutely. They're at-will employees. It doesn't have to be tattoos. You could walk in and say, hey, I feel like firing somebody today, and you're it. You could do that.
I know you can, but that's kind of.
I wouldn't.
Yeah,
You could.
but you could.
Yeah.
Okay, but you have to have reason. I mean, you're not. There's not an employer. No. But what I'm saying is, you cannot be an employer and walk in just off the cuff and go, yeah, I think I'm going to fire somebody today, and then you just fire somebody as soon as you see them. There's usually something that has.
Right.
There's usually something in the history of that relationship where you're like, I didn't really want you here anyway. Yeah, you're out.
Right.
Yeah, okay. All right, good. All right, so I think that's all we've got. And, today's first day of classes for IU East and Ivy Tech, and I think Purdue too. I'm just not sure about Earlham if their start day was this week or last week. Was it last week?
It was last week.
Okay, all right. And Bethany, I just think they just go all the time. I don't think they ever stop.
That's right.
But I got brand new green Converse All-Stars. I almost put up my foot like you could see it on the Facebook. Can you see it? The brand new green ones?
Oh my.
Yeah, right? That's brand. That's for the brand. The green Chucks. Yeah.
Whew.
Yeah,
Need to
right?
Go,
What? You getting sweaty over there?
Oh,
Okay.
that's hot.
I'll let you do that. See ya, Jeff.
See ya.
Might be a little cliche, but
All right, Facebook fans, thank you so much for watching today, and thanks for the love and support for Mego as she starts her college. And you gave a shout out to Travis, and Travis, Travis, did you see this shout out?
Your radio.
Wallace Heating and Air. Did you guys see that? Okay. Okay, so coming up, Tyler Stewart is going to be on the show from the Excel Center. Roxy Deere is going to be coming in to talk about Hype Richmond. And we'll still I think I'm going to do some Andrew Luck stuff here coming up at 7 o'clock. I haven't quite worked all that out in my head yet, and we only have a few minutes to get that done. So we'll do our best. Thanks for watching. Peace.